What's poppin'? So we're gonna give you things that broke people buy. Take a sip of this rich nigga cold brew. Things that broke people buy. Now, these are all things that most people start investing in. Actually, you know what? You start investing in shit like this just because it's what everybody else is doing. Everything I'm gonna name off is things that people use to cope with their life, right? So all of these, if you can stay away from all of these, you'll be fine. Now, this is the disclaimer. If you have money, if you have assets that can pay for this shit, whatever. But most of you that are watching this you do not have any assets that can pay for this stuff. So these are the people that I'm talking to. People that do not have assets that cannot pay for this stuff, you should not be indulging in any of this, okay? All right, let's get into it. Number one, child support. Now, child support can be alleviated if you have dick discipline, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. We all have situations where you might end up with somebody, you might end up marrying them. And this isn't for my guys that have been married. This is for my guys that have never been married. You had sex with a woman that you didn't know like that. You went in raw back, and now you guys have a kid. You feel me? This is the guys I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the dudes who actually have been married. Now you're paying child support because you're going through a divorce. We're talking about dudes who have low dick discipline, who end up with women who are looking for the hood rat hustle. And if you've been watching me for any extended amount of time, you know that the hood rat hustle is child support. You feel me? So paying child support is one thing that will keep you broke. All right? So what does this mean? How do you alleviate paying child support? Quit putting your dick in things, in women, that you don't plan on fucking with for the rest of your life. Quit using sex as recreation. Sex really should just be for procreation. But I know most of y'all think that because some rapper told you to get as much pussy as possible, or some nigga in your hood told you to get as many women as possible, you consider that some type of badge of honor as a man, that's a good thing. But look at the dudes that told you that. 9 times out of 10, he paying hella child support. He got hella kids. He a baby daddy ass nigga. You don't want to be a professional baby daddy ass nigga. All right. Number 2, weaves. Now, I know a lot of women ain't gonna like this one. Weaves. Ladies, let me tell you something. I had a client of mine I just started working with. She's 35. She has 2 kids out of wedlock. She actually makes pretty decent money, okay? But she says that we were doing a financial statement. That's one of the first things I do. I'm not a financial planner or any shit like that, but I'm a dude who is an investor, real estate, stock market. I know how to build assets. So I know how to build a financial statement. So basically, she's telling me about, we're looking at her financial statement, and I told her, write everything down. And she's a typical woman. You know, she has the weave and the eyelashes and the makeup and all that shit. There's nothing wrong with that, but just don't be excessive. And in her weave budget, she was talking about how she spends $700 a month on getting her hair done. Her eyelashes are $300 a month. Her nails, another $300 a month. But she says at the end of every month, she has less than $60 in her bank account. Look, ladies, and this is specifically for black women, all right? I can't speak for Latino women. I can't speak for white women. Let me tell you something. Most black men do not want a woman with a weave. They'll fuck you, but they don't want you long term. And honestly, the excessive weaves, the Nicki Minaj weaves all the way down your ass and all that, if you're not a performer, why you got performance shit on? Why do you have that shit on? You feel me? Now, I know you're doing it, and a lot of you guys are going to say, I'm doing it to It's not for men. It's for other, you doing it to try to stun on other women. It's kind of like a dude that buys rims and Jordans to try to impress other dudes. That shit's whack. It's whack. So what I would tell you to do, honestly, and this is real shit, let go of the weaves, the eyelashes, all that shit. It's keeping you broke. All right? Next one. Tattoos. You know what's crazy? Some of the dudes I know that have all the sleeves, and don't get me wrong, I think tattoos look cool. I don't have any, but I think they look cool. I thought about getting tattoo sleeves when I was 25, 39 now. And I remember asking around, like, how much would it cost? And dudes was like, yeah, I paid $10,000, $7,000. I'm like, what's the point of me getting tattoos? I can't make no money with them. It's not like I'm a performer or some shit. Like, if I got paid for my appearance, and I could see that. Like, tattoos, I'm a professional wrestler, professional baseball player, you know what I mean? So the enhancement of tattoos would make me money, but the way I look doesn't pay me. So why should I care? Some dudes I know with all these tattoos, and the ladies I know with all the weaves and the eyelashes and all that, they're broke. So be cool on the tattoos, man. Number 4. This is a big one, and this is one that I can relate to, because 10 years ago I was this guy. Designer clothes. Look, bro, I know dudes that are 35 years old right now who still live at home with their mom, and they do dick measuring contests about who has the most designer. 35-year-old men, okay? Pathetic. Look, if you have assets that can take care of you buying, you should only have tattoos, designer clothes, or weaves if you're a performer. If you get paid for your appearance, ladies, if you're a stripper or a singer or even a bottle service girl, I understand that. Fellas, if you're an athlete or a rapper and it's paying you for your appearance, all that shit, if your appearance pays for that, I understand that's an asset. But for the average person watching this, designer Gucci belts is not going to put money in your pocket. You're stunning on people who can't afford it. And half the time, most of you dudes, like I said, I know 35-year-olds who still live with their mom, who do dick measuring contests based upon who has the most design. The next one is this, especially for the black community, the club. The club gonna keep you broke, bro. I understand this, man. I don't know so much for younger dudes, but I know from my generation, we thought going to the club was the shit. My parents went to the club. I wanted to go to the club. I couldn't wait to go to the club. Look, man, if you look at how much money I spent at the club and the bar in my 20s, how much money I wasted, bro, I probably wasted from age 21 to 30. Dude, I probably wasted well over 50, 60 grand in the clubs. And I drink expensive shit. I wasn't, I don't know, bro. I thought it made me look cool, but, I would wake up with a hangover. You're in the club. Like, think about how stupid this shit is. You go to the club. You pay $20 to get in the motherfucker, right? You got to park. Let's break it down. So, say for instance, you get paid on Friday, right? Average person in this country makes what, $50,000 a year, right? So let's say the average man makes $50,000 a year, right? Divided by 12. What is that? So 50,000 a year divided by 12. That's 4,166. So let's just do an even number. Let's just say 4,100 divided by 2. Now what is that? That's 2,050. So let's just say 2 grand, right? The average man makes 2 grand every 2 weeks, right? So 2 grand, you got to pay rent. Your rent is $1,500, right? So that drops you down to $500. You got to put gas in your car. Gas in California right now is like $700. I mean, it's like $7. No bullshit. $6.50 to $7 a gallon. It just cost me $75 to fill up my car. Literally. I drive a Jetta. Like, I'm not out here in a Mercedes or, any of that shit. I don't care about vertical wealth, what it looked like at this point in my life. So you fill your tank up, $75, right? So what does that drop you down to? $425, right? So you got to get an outfit, get a haircut. Get a haircut costs $60 in LA right now, right? So $425 minus 60, right? It's $365, right? Then you got to get an outfit, right? You got to get some shoes. So I'm breaking it down like this, bro. By the time you get to the club, because a lot of you dudes live vicariously through this, you go to the club, you're going to spend $40 to park. You're going to spend probably $100 at the bar. You're going to, after the bar, you're going to go get something to eat. That's another $40, $50. Dude, you spend $200, you wake up the next day and you broke. For what? Who's the one winning in that situation? The bar owner. Whoever owns the bar, the club, is winning. He's paying you to get in there, $40, $50. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood, some of these niggas is paying $100 to get in the clubs. You spending all this money to try to impress a chick that don't give a fuck about you. It's loud in there. You're drunk. You know what I mean? It's not a cool setting, bro. And nightclubs are dangerous as fuck. Super dangerous. So the club. Next one, brand new car. Owning a brand new car is a hell of a liability. I see you dudes who got terrible credit. You still live at home with your mom. You drive. You wear designer clothes. You got every pair of Yeezys, Jordans, Off-White, whatever. You into all that shit. You got over $10,000 worth of designer clothes in your closet in your mom's house. You're 32, 33, 34, 35 years old, 25 years old. You got terrible credit and you drive a brand new Charger or Mustang and your credit is so bad, but you know what? It don't matter. No money down. It's okay. You're paying $900 to $1,000 a month for a 7-year-old Charger, a 5-year-old Charger that's probably going to get repoed. Brand new cars are not assets. Now, if you are the typical dude and all you care about is getting pussy, all of this shit is an asset to you because you don't really give a fuck about life in general. You're thinking short, nearsighted. You're only thinking about today and tomorrow. But for my guys that are 1%ers who are thinking 5, 10, 15 years down the line, all of this shit is going to keep you fucked up. Brand new car is not an asset. Okay? Now, if you have a business where this car is an asset because it gets you from here to there and you're making money through it, you can write a car off, right? But I'm not a tax guy. I know this because I write off some of the shit on my own car, right? My car's not brand new either. So, look, bro. No. Number 7, this is one that's important to me too. Booze, weed, cigarettes. Look, bro, I never smoked cigarettes, but booze and weed, I've blown a lot of money on alcohol, y'all. A lot of money on alcohol. Like I told you, between going to the bar, clubbing, and nightclubs and all that shit, bro, I'll probably drop a good 50, 60,000, maybe 70,000 in the goddamn bar. Especially when I started making real money in my early 20s. You know, this is the early 2000s. It's the hyphy era, and I'm in the Bay still. So I was drinking Blue Powerade with Hennessy. I was a young street nigga. So Hennessy, 18 Dummy, which was 1800. 1800 tequila, and then Don Julio and all that shit. But I always had expensive taste. And then I started making money, and by the time my late 20s, I'm drinking scotch and shit when I'm 27, 28. McKellen 18. Bruh, 11 years ago, 2012, me and my man Benny, I know you watching it. Bro, me and him used to go to the bar all the time, and we was drinking McKellen 18 like it was Jack Daniels. Like, back in 2012, a shot of McKellen 18 in Hollywood was $20 a shot. We were drinking double shots. I remember dropping 300, 400 at the bar and then chasing it with Chimay. You know what I mean? Just rich nigga shit. Like, I was just But it was not so much rich nigga shit. It was just stupid, dumb. Cigarettes, booze, and weed. I've spent a lot of money on booze. Weed too. I used to use weed to kind of like level my day out. But now, like, I still smoke, I still drink, but I have learned to be more moderate with it, because when you do it in an excessive manner, think about it. Everybody you know who is broke, they drink a lot. They smoke a lot of cigarettes. They always got money for weed. You know what I mean? They probably got tattoo sleeves. They got all the Louis Vuitton. They go to the club all the time. The bitch got all the weaves and child support, all that. You don't want to fuck with that. And the last one is the strip club. I know a lot of you niggas, man. I had a client of mine tell me he used to spend $2,000 a month in the strip club, G. Bro, ain't nothing in there for you. Look, for you tricks that think that you feel like a boss because you dropping money on a stripper bitch at the club, bro, you're a fucking trick. You're a trick, bro. The real pimp in the situation is the girl that's stripping in front of you, and the real pimp above that is the dude that owns the strip club. You dig? Whoever owns the strip club is the real pimp. So stay out of strip clubs, cigarettes, booze, and weed, brand new cars, the club, the bar, designer clothes, tattoos, weaves, child support. All that shit will keep you broke.